This is not a anatomy tutorial. In fact, this is not a tutorial at all. This is more like a class, and before everything and anything, I would recommend you read the description of the class, because this is not for everybody. In fact, this is for a very specific group of people, and you will find this in the description. This class is about my observations, and those observations are based on my close to, well, give or take 20 years of experience doing 3D character and creature work. But the point is not to just talk about those things. The point is to give a slightly different view, a different perspective on the subject of anatomy, something that I've used myself for those close to 20 years. And thanks to this point of view, I was able to work in some of the biggest companies of all those industries, the industries of video games, the industry of film or cinematics, as well as collectibles. And in some sense, it's perhaps a way to think about this class almost like a class by Jamie Oliver, because I'm not going to be going into technical details here. I will not be using any Latin names for muscles, for bones. I will not be talking about the structure of the body, nothing of this sort. It's going to be almost like a recipe. Without being a professional cook or chef, we would still be able to make a delicious meal by following the recipes by Jamie Oliver. Here there are no step-by-step guides, right? But I do point out what are the most important ingredients when it comes to the subject of anatomy. And just like with Italian cooking, I'm not even sure why I'm continuing this metaphor, but the ingredients are so essential and so important, and they are so, in my opinion, good, that it's almost impossible to ruin the dish, right? No matter how you mix them, no matter what you do with them, it's going to be almost always tasting good. And so during the class, we go a little bit into the past. We also go a little bit into the future, because I do think that it's important to talk about what anatomy was and where things are going, just to put ourselves in the context of today. And the reason to do this is to basically show that the requirements that are put on the 3D character or creature artist or 3D artist when it comes to anatomy, they are not as big as they might seem from the first glance. Because if we are working in the industry, if we are working for film, if we're working for video games, there are just a few essential things that we need to be aware and mindful of. And this allows us to be more focused, and perhaps even more importantly, it allows us to save the time and save the resources, maybe even save the money, and still be able to thrive within those industries. So that's kind of the main goal behind this, is to strip away all the non-essentials and basically crystallize the knowledge that is required today from a 3D artist.